Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Tuesday night, November 26th, 2024? How are you, everyone? I was just finishing up some work. We got a lot of work all of a sudden, although something didn't happen well between me and one of my interns. I had to let him go, unfortunately. Although I wanted to give him another chance, but uh, he was not really sort of like thorough. You had to be diligent in construction, especially, and so unfortunately, it is what it is. But I'll have to hire somebody right after which we call the Thanksgiving. Weekend next week. I'll have to get somebody on board for all the inspections. All right, everyone. Without getting too much into work details, how is everyone doing? I hope you all are having, a great life, great, satisfying sort of like work and family balance and all that. And I wanted to say that we had a family, some tragedies in among my extended family. And for all the departed, I wish and I pray may their souls rest in eternal peace. Uh, you know, and that's how we all go one day or the other day. There's nobody who stays here forever. There's no immortality. All right, unless you have become some sort of a hermit and found the portion of forever life, just like Caesar and Alexander couldn't do it. Who was the other guy? Kaiser. In any case, so which even then I don't believe any such thing exists that you can basically live forever. Not in the fucking physical existence. You can't. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I need to move the table because obviously my sciatica is still there. It's still bugging me, and I go to twice therapy. Stretching and decompression and all that, right? And now it's winter, and here I am just doing my podcast. Yesterday I was out watching the Ravens and the other game. The Ravens, not the other game. Sorry, there's only one game yesterday, Monday. Ravens and Los Angeles Chargers game, right? Great game, and I think I won some money, a little bit of money on Ravens. So day after tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I had no idea what I'm doing. I might just stay home. I don't know. A friend of mine, he's so nice. He invited me to his sister's place, and I thanked him. But I might actually end up in Long Island. I don't know yet. All right, I'll find out tomorrow night. Or I'll just stay home. Fuck it. I mean, if nobody in my family, friends, they don't want me there. They don't want to invite me. Why, sir? Because of political ideology right after the fucking election? No, it's just, I don't know. The problem with me is that I don't have a lot of filters, although I didn't say anything to anyone, to be honest with you. Except that whole thing with my sister and my brother-in-law, back in June, on my wife's two visas, which actually were rejected, and I got really worked up, and that's about it. But in any case, I apologize to everyone if I said anything. All right, forgiveness is the virtue on this fucking planet. But in any case, listen, if it's that they don't like me there, or I don't know. Like I said, I didn't say anything to anyone. But regardless, all right, it's okay. I can stay in it just one day. Who cares, right? Um, what else is going on? All right. That's pretty much it, and that's the end of my podcast, right? I'm looking forward to the new episodes of the shows I've been watching. I think there's got to be a new one. Uh, I think the Yellowstone's new one, right? And then what was the other one I was watching? Tulsa King. There should be a new one, unless the season is over with Sylvester Stallone. That's a good question. I'll know, right? And I don't think I can do a whole hour podcast. Right now, obviously where I am, we are surrounded by water. Atlantic Ocean, south of Hudson River, and it's so windy out here. It's unfucking believable. And then if there's rain or snow, this area, especially all of this area where we have our condo buildings, this is the worstly affected area. Again, because we are surrounded by water, right? It's nice to look at the water from the window, and so far we haven't had any snow, which is good. I guess the climate has changed. So I mean, I don't want to talk about this again. I think I said few things about that in my last podcast. So no, I'm not in a mood to provide my own insight about why we don't get snow, the way we used to. But I guess it is what it is. All right, and. Life as it is goes on. All right, so all you people out there, losing your fucking sleep over things that do not affect you directly, I don't understand why would you even want to forget losing your sleep, even think about those things, right? I guess it comes with age. I mean, I was never a fucking zealot about anything politics or climate change and none of that bullshit. Now, I want to follow some passionate, uh, sort of like, you know, rules, not rules. I don't want to use the fucking word rules, but, some sort of a lifestyle which is based on some level ground, right? And I'm not talking about I'm going to start going to church or something or mosque or something like that, but uh, I think the moral high ground. I mean, I understand sometimes, it's not that I'm doing, I'm robbing people or anything like that, but just to keep some sort of a discipline, have some sort of a routine in my life. That I think has to come from the deepest portions of our sort of like inner self, and that's the hardest thing to do because sometimes I fall into that fucking abyss of like depression. I get a lot of anxiety from work, or from even these holidays. I'm already like fucking anxious, and anxiety is already taking over my fucking brain. Oh my god, man, what are you gonna do for the fucking Thanksgiving, right? And 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 so for me, and then sometimes, sometimes these things lead me to drink more fucking beers, in addition to the issue I have with fucking sciatica. And that also sort of makes me depressed. And so I need to follow some sort of a fucking, uh, gauged way of life, so that gauge has to come from within me. It's not like, I need somebody to basically, put me through some hoops of fucking military training or any of that. I'm not talking about that. Self-discipline in a place like New York, where where many people, a lot of people don't have a life balance, you know including myself right now. Yeah, I go out, meet friends, especially over the weekend. I don't go out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday unless it's absolutely necessary. And I feel like, what am I going to do Wednesday night, because which is tomorrow night, because Thursday is Thanksgiving, right? So Thanksgiving Eve, people go out or whatever, right? A lot of people have actually left the city. Yesterday we realized, to go to their families and blah blah blah, right? Again, if my wife was here, I would have invited some people, and we would have done turkey by ourselves or something. If not turkey, well, in any case, I'll just show up probably somewhere with ramen, chicken ramen with me as my dinner, because I kind of don't like turkey. I'll taste it, but hey, um, I'm not trying to act or sound like an outlier. I am, yeah, maybe I'm an outlier, but if I don't like turkey, I don't have to eat it. All right. Yeah, I'll go there for socializing and this and that, right? That's about it. Um, what else? What else? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to sound like a fucking boring podcaster tonight. In terms of which we call, uh, the things that I want to do, I mean, I talk about the fucking balance or unbalance of life we all face, because we are just either working or just not. I mean, basically we are working, right? And then just the routine of being a cog in the wheel, work, and then you come home and either you work or you have dinner, or and then watch a movie, watch something, and then go to sleep, and then repeat next day, right? And the thing that actually, especially in here in Northeast New York City area, New Jersey, because if he, and then the loneliness is the biggest fucking problem for me, has been for me, and now I have a caring wife, and I'm not lonely anymore, but physically she's not here, obviously. um and it's a struggle for many of us. It's a fucking struggle. I'm not saying that people don't live their life in solitude and by themselves, and sometimes maybe it is better to live your life. That's what they prefer, maybe, but balance of work, relationship, and your pleasure, and and then the things, when I say things that I want to do in my life before I go under, right? What are the things? I mean, I wanted to get my private pilot license because I want to actually eventually, you know, be a pioneer of like flying cars. Is that what it is? No, I can't be a pioneer. For that, you have to be like, you have to be dedicated to, many, many years of your life to that, you know. I mean, I can't even fly a drone, like a fucking, one of those, you know, personal, the Jetson ones, right? The Swedish company. I was looking up the other day, actually, those fucking things are what, $129,000. What's the point? You can't even fucking fly that here. This whole area is a no-fly zone because we have the fucking Newark airport and we have the fucking all the other airports, right? Uh, so maybe I should just give up that idea. I have no fucking idea. Give up that idea. I have no fucking idea. Who has any idea? Um, yeah, but that would be a regret, among many regrets. What are the other regrets you have, sir? Do you want to make a list of regrets and then, work on them? I mean, the past, just like wastage of time. I think that's a big regret for me. Once again, I should have followed something like fucking comedy or, at least when I was in my 30s. you know. Now I feel like I'm just getting too old. I don't want to do anything, I just want to live my life as it is, and without acting like I'm in my 20s and how I'm going to basically change the career. No, you know. Um, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, man, you want to pursue music? You want to pursue like being a chef or, but those things, I tried that back in the days, although not really, you know. I had an account on fucking, remember MySpace? Jesus fucking Christ. I had an account on MySpace where I had the songs. I produced some of those songs and remixes, from scratch, some of the songs. And I actually have to get into my SoundCloud account because they're supposed to be there, you know. Do I have to fucking pay SoundCloud? Why? Fuck that, dude. But MySpace obviously was free, right? And then it went under, and then I actually didn't really pursue, because like to be a musician, an actor, a chef in a place like New York is a lot of competition. You can't be Anthony Bourdain, of a chef unless you've gone to a fucking, culinary school and you have the fucking experience, right? But why do I say things about these things? I mean, why do I mention them? Do I really hate my engineering career? No, I don't actually. That's my bread and butter, you know. But I should have taken it to the next level. But then the fucking COVID happened, and it sort of like discouraged or put us back. I feel like because I was actually getting, more successful, and then fucking, pandemic shut down the whole planet, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this?" And that's where I was too, and I had just shut myself down almost like for weeks and months. Like fuck this. If this is the end of civilization, of the planet of fucking advanced apes, then I'm going to just basically you know, live in the oblivion. And that also sort of, I mean, it really didn't help me. It just like affected my health and well-being and everything. Although I never had COVID, you know, I never had it. I know that because I had to do tests and blah blah, right? But in any case, all right, I don't want to fucking talk about COVID. It also sort of gives me sort of PTSD, some sort of like. And let's not talk about that. Fuck that. Fuck COVID. Fuck sciatica. You know. And let's talk about something positive. Huh? What's positive, sir? Is there anything positive going on these days? I mean, in the advancement of human civilization, is there anything that people like Elon Musk are doing? There's something different. Well, how about his Neuralink thing, right? Uh, it's fascinating that Elon Musk is actually now getting into the fucking governmental affairs in the United States, right? He's going to cut down what? He's going to cut down all the fucking, unreasonable and unnecessary expenses that the federal government spends. Is he going to fire like half of the federal government workers just like he did when he bought Twitter? He might, who knows. But here's the thing, even if he does that, I don't think our budget, not budget, sir, fucking debt, which is what, like $35 trillion now, I don't think that's going to stop unless, drastically somebody does something. And this is the fucking, problem we have, right? We send all this money, taxpayer money, to all these fucking countries, when we are basically borrowing money from other countries and then basically, sending money to the so-called needy countries. I'm not saying that we should not help like real problems in the world, but then at the end of the day, I mean, why? It's not our responsibility. All right, sir. Let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that either. All right, that's Elon Musk's problem now. Trump and all those guys, right? But I'm hoping that that he ends these fucking wars. That's actually hopefully Trump does that, and that would actually be something that would look good on us, United States, right? I mean, we are not a fucking what do you call runners of the show on this fucking planet. We shouldn't be. But at the same time, we should end these fucking wars because it's just, people are dying. Children. It's just not good. I mean, luckily, we are not directly involved, but somehow, our equipment and everything is being used. Ed, excuse me, I'm sorry. Hopefully I'm not getting sick because this is the time you get sick, and maybe because I'm having this sort of like the not really spicy, but I've been going to fucking Whole Foods. I went to Whole Foods today for lunch, and then I went back there to pick up some, what do you call, dinner. After my therapy, sciatica therapy, right? And so I'm really hooked on. They have Whole Foods has a buffet, right? And they have a dish. It's a pasta dish. The butterflies, right? And with mushrooms and with buckwheat, like sort of like the sort of ground buckwheat, and it's so good. And then I'll get like lemon chicken, with some gravy and sauce and all that, right? And then and some tomatoes and onions and right. and then I'll put in there because they have these Indian curries there. So I just put like a little bit of like a Indian curry, one of those like vegetables, just to give it a taste, because I can't eat a whole fucking bowl of Indian curry because that's just spicy. Although Whole Foods, those even the spicy ones are not really spicy, right? So I'm sort of hooked on that. Uh, so that's what I had for dinner. What the hell I was talking about? Then I went from one topic to the other. All right, so our place in the world affairs. All right, I'm not a politician. Again, I'm not a fucking bureaucrat for me to have some sort of insight of where we should be, where uh, our so-called leaders in the world be leading this world towards what, sir? Towards going towards Mars. But in any case, so yeah, Musk obviously he's hell bent on going to Mars, and he's probably going to do that in his lifetime. Hopefully, in my lifetime too, right? Oh my God! One day we'll hear the news, right? And he basically lands his fucking rocket with a robot, humanoid robot, on the Mars, right? So what's going to happen? The first thing, right? I'm pretty sure he has a game plan, right? And his engineers. All right, kids, this is what we're going to do. We're going to send the rocket with basic supplies and, obviously no human. The first mission, only humanoid robot, sort of, right? And maybe an assistant droid with the humanoid robot, right? And obviously they don't need any fucking oxygen or methane or the atmosphere we have, and then just land them, just fucking land them successfully and let them walk around with the cameras, right? Don't we already have those fucking machines up there, right? But this would be basically some sort of a recon, right? Reconnaissance. And so what's going to happen? So the droids with the humanoid robot, right? Basically, they land some desert on fucking Mars, right? And then they come out, right? So what's the first thing you think Elon Musk is planning to do? I think the first thing he's going to do is, from my perspective, if I'm going somewhere, if you are going somewhere, right, to a new fucking world or whatever, what do you need? You set up a tent, right? Obviously, because you need to sleep somewhere, right? Shelter. So I think they're gonna basically take some sort of like, and supplies, obviously, right? So fuel, I think they're gonna take, and then they're gonna basically build some sort of like a basic structure. Is that what it is? Is he gonna send the fucking material to build like a seasonal home, huh? Summer home up there, huh? First for the fucking robots, and then the humans, right? So I think he's gonna basically eventually, after the first mission, where they're gonna build some sort of tent, right? Like a temporary structure and all that, right? And then the oxygen, they're gonna set up oxygen with the solar panels. They're gonna feed the fucking, you know, lights and everything in that temporary structure or whatever, right? Semi-permanent structure, right? And then and they're gonna create some sort of an atmosphere inside, right? Oxygen. And so once this set up, right? Oh, okay. So now we have a bathroom. We have some sort of a kitchen too. Where you can basically cook. You don't have to fucking eat like canned food, right? Brought from Earth, like what, Campbell's fucking soup and the beans and the whatever, right? Chicken noodle soup. But I don't know. That's the priority. But in any case, you get my point, right? So, and then the next trip would be he's going to send maybe couple or maybe three astronauts, right? One astronaut, and the other one would be like an engineer and researcher. they're gonna go there 6 months. They're gonna get there, right? And and then they're gonna basically just set up their shop over there, right? And then they will walk around in their suits when they're out, right? Just like Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were walking on the surface of the moon, right? One small step for humankind, giant step for man. Did I say that actually backwards? Yeah. So that's what they're gonna say, right? One small step for man and woman. Well, you can't say man now. You have to basically say woman, and also you have to include all the other fucking genders, right? Oh Jesus! And a large step, giant leap, sir. Giant leap for humankind. How about the animal kind, sir? You gonna include that as well now, huh? How about the trees? Because eventually we will have to take trees with us up there, right? Plants. Obviously, you want to grow your vegetables, right? Potatoes and carrots and whatever not, right? Lettuce, tomatoes. Because I want some real pasta out there, sir. I don't want fucking, again, without repeating myself, all right? If they send me up there, I'm like, no. I have a fucking, what do you call, standard. I'm not going to eat your fucking canned food, all right? In any case, so that's the beginning of our, you know, um, life on Mars. That's it, and then eventually we're gonna basically build some sort of a factory up there, right? Where they're gonna basically build cranes and fucking excavators and whatnot, right? And then eventually they'll build some sort of a real like condos buildings over there, huh? And then every fucking roof would have like these high energy solar panels, right? High wattage, right? And then eventually people are going to stay up there. Elon Musk probably going to stay up there with half of his kids, half of the year, right? He's going to say, you know what? I'm going to spend like half of my time on fucking Mars before I die, and I'll be going back and forth between Earth and Mars. And just imagine he produces like kids up there too, right? And then he has a girlfriend who Grimes takes her with him, right? Or whoever. And then other people follow the suit, and then that's it. Oh shit! Now we have children born on fucking Mars. All right, and that's it. That's the new era. And then it's going to be like a lot of jubilation. Remember at the end of fucking, what do you call the episode? What was that? Episode 7? No. Episode 4 came out first, right? Star Wars 4, and then 5th and 6th. Remember at the end of 6th, which came out I think in 1983 or something like that, right? When Luke Skywalker bring his father's, Darth Vader's body, right, onto wherever the resistance is, that fucking planet Tatooine, right? And eventually they defeat sort of like the Palpatine and his fucking the Empire, right? And that come down, and then it's like the whole planet is basically having some sort of a fucking rave party. Is that what's going to happen? Huh? So maybe, who knows? I'm talking about, 10 years, maybe 10 years, 15 years, that's going to happen. That would be fascinating, right? That would be really fascinating that, oh shit, now we are communicating with people on fucking Mars. But then also Mars is a very harsh environment, sir. I mean, it's not like you're going to fucking Antarctica. At least you have atmosphere there, right? Although Antarctica is also cold and desolate, right? I mean, it has fucking 6 feet of snow, right? Around the year. So that's it. I think that's opens our frontier, human frontier explorers as we are. Finally, we are going to basically establish our existence uh, on an interplanetary scale. There you go. Hey, humans, congratulations, by the way. But do you know what's going to happen eventually? Like 100 years? Let's say 100 years. Hopefully, we don't go on fucking war with each other, the Arthurs and the fucking Martians, right? Trade wars and the fucking what, oh, we found fucking, these minerals on Mars, right? Which we bring to Earth. Are what's going to happen? So they're going to make iPhones up on Mars now, huh? Eventually, I don't fucking idea. Our cars, and they're going to ship them here. I don't fucking idea. So, and then just imagine, the Martians are like, you Arthurs, you have already discriminated us on the fucking trade war and this and that, so we're gonna impose tariffs, right? Just like Trump is doing right now, right? And that starts some sort of a fucking war, right? Interplanetary war. But I'm hoping that by that time we become a little more mature, right? A little more mature, and then we advance more into fucking Jupiter and the Jupiter's moons and Saturn's moon, and that's it. That's and then eventually we become inter fucking stellar, right? Well, isn't that the fucking dream of like people like me, some of you who are into science and engineering and all that, right? How about what's going to happen on Earth, sir? Nothing is going to happen on Earth. Earth's fucking affairs, as you can see, they will still go on just like they are now. All right. Hopefully, there's no other fucking pandemic to wipe us out, our fucking nuclear war, right? And people who say that, oh, now this is not a good time on Earth. Well, this is what has always been on fucking Earth. Just go back 100 years. All right. Right now, this was the time when Europe was coming out of fucking World War One, and then the Germans and the fucking Japanese were preparing for the second war, right? World War Two, right? So this is nothing like this is nothing new except that we don't want a World War fucking three, right? So peace, and everybody on this fucking planet is looking for the basic things that everybody else is looking for. Some sort of basic uh, satisfactory lifestyle. Basic economical package, right? Where you're able to earn money for yourself, for your loved ones, and I'm not talking about you start buying fucking yachts like Jeff Bezos. Obviously, nobody else can be like Jeff Bezos, right? But uh, that's what we all want. Basic human happiness and satisfaction, and and peace in life. Peace. That's very important. Importante. All right. Love is a big word. I mean, I don't want to use love too much because that word, sometimes is overused, right? Uh, I think Yeah, I mean, love is good. We should have more love than, like distances, right? But hey, sometimes distances can be good. I mean, sometimes, you don't want to just like, be in people's noses up their fucking, whatever, right? And you also don't want them to be, like, you know, be up against you all the time, I'm not talking about like the individual, the typical individualized Western lifestyle. Again, balance, balance. you know. All right, everyone, it's 40 minutes. And what else? What else? Nothing else, sir. It's just another fucking night, Tuesday night. I'm gonna just close my podcast soon because it's already 11 o'clock and I was working late actually. You um, which is good. We have work. We have a lot of work going on, and you which I kind of predicted. Because I think people were afraid to do anything until some sort of a peaceful election, right? Because people have become so fucking tribal, and it's insane. It's fucking insane. And I don't like that tribal mentality. We are all human beings, and politics. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be on the fucking far end of the spectrum, on any fucking spectrum. You know. So I had to use logic to make my own fucking, informed, whatever decisions, right? I mean, not decisions, sir, but like my own, yeah, ideology, right? And trust me, logic works pretty much. It works. Emotionality doesn't work because I know sometimes I'm an emotional wreck too, and then the next day I realize, oh shit, maybe what did I say to my dad, or I don't know, I have no fucking idea, when I fall into that abyss of like the past, and but my dad, obviously, he didn't have a lot of what do you call people to look up to, I think. And he also is a self-made man, and that's what we all have to be in this fucking world for most part. And then you learn, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you realize late in the game, oh holy shit, why didn't I do this before? Why didn't somebody tell me, about this when I was young? Why didn't anybody guide me? Oh my fucking god. So those are the regrets of fucking life, right? And things that you don't do, or somehow you are holding yourself back from doing things that you really want to do, and those things are actually uh become actually those things become harder and harder to do, just like what I said, right, about my license. And I can't even fucking play golf now, and that's just fucking insane. I haven't played golf in like 9 months. Can you believe that? Can you fucking believe that? Yeah, sir. When you sort of, abuse your body, all these fucking years, I think I did, which sucks. And then I don't have a lot of muscle, I'm a skinny guy. And so that doesn't help either. And so all these nerves, they need, good muscle and all that, right? Is that better than being like 300 pounds, sir? Now, I'm not saying that skinny is better, obviously, but if you are basically playing golf like you are 20-year-old, right, with all those fucking swings and all that, right, without taking any lessons, and didn't care about your fucking bones, and especially your you know the the spine, and because your spine is basically what has um, the lower body connection to the upper body, right? Lower half is basically connected through the spine, and then these bones, right? Basically through the spine, right? Spine is what basically is joint to the lower pelvic area bones, right? And then spine also carries all the fucking control wiring. Control wiring, there you go. I mean, control, sense wiring, all that fucking wiring, right? Biological wiring, right? Means nerves. So, in any case, all right, everyone, I think I'm going to close my podcast, and I presume you all are having a great weekend. I'm going to watch, my shows, whatever the hell the shows I was watching. I'm going to continue, and then I'm going to pass the fuck out. All right. Uh, so, have a great Thanksgiving, you all out there. All right. Yeah, don't go on like political and all those discussions, especially heated ones. All right, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that. I'm just gonna say hello, hello, hello. If I go somewhere, hello, hi, how are you? So are you? If anything, you should say something funny, make people laugh. And that's the way. I think that's the way to live life. And take it easy on the fucking booze. All right, especially, and then don't drink and fucking drive. All right. And what? Which choirs I'm preaching to? Which choir? I mean, if I'm going to Long Island, I'm not going to drink too much, maybe 2 beers. Fuck it, because I had to drive out there. If I had to take an Uber, that's like $150 one way, all right? That's a lot of fucking money. So I'm going to take it easy, but let's see, all right? So again, enjoy your turkey, or if you are vegetarian, I don't know what you're going to cook, like tofarki, tofu with turkey. Tofarki, is that what they say? Or tofu, whatever. But enjoy your time with your family or your friends, and I will see you all next, most likely Tuesday.